I don't know what to make of that. Like, I mean, I know what to make of that. It's pretty self-explanatory. I'm like really sad. Hey everyone, Andrew here, Melbourne Superman, and it's kind of an off-the-cuff video that I'm going to do today. So I had actually planned on filming a little bit of like a review and feedback and reflection on some of the Superman suits over the years. But unless you've been sleeping in a hole or somewhere off on a planet that has just exploded, you would not have missed the bummer news that we've had today. So last week, of course, we got some crazy stuff about, Wonder Woman 3 not going ahead, Jason Momoa not doing Aquaman. And so a lot of the stuff was up in the air, but we kind of still held on to that hope that Henry Cavill was going to still take on the role of Superman. He was excited. He was in Black Adam. He came back as Superman. And I don't know about you, but when I saw that in the theater, I think I embarrassed Aaron because when I saw him in that post-credit scene, I kind of let out a really loud yell, and so I was really excited. And up until today, we thought that we were still going to get that. James Gunn, of course, is kind of taking over things, and he's focusing on what he's going to focus on. But there were a lot of there's been a lot of rumors lately. Matter of fact, I posted a story about it this morning before any of this even came to light. It's just a lot of rumors about things not going ahead. But then, for example, Henry Cavill, but then we got some hope a couple days ago saying that he was still in the role. But today, a few hours ago, I was just at work and I happened to look at my phone and there was a post from Henry Cavill. And that post had this to say: I will, after all, not be returning as Superman. After being told by the studio to announce my return back in October, prior to their hire, this news isn't the easiest. But that's life. The changing of the guard is something that happens. I respect that. James and Peter have a universe to build. I wish them and all involved with the new universe the best of luck, and the happiest of fortunes. For those of you who have been by my side through the years, we can mourn for a bit, but then we must remember, Superman is still around. Everything he stands for still exists, and the examples he sets for us are still there. My turn to wear the cape has passed, but what Superman stands for never will. It's been a fun ride with you all. Onwards and upwards. I don't know what to make of that. I know what to make of that. It's pretty self-explanatory. I'm really sad. Credit to Henry Cavill for taking it the way that he has and, putting out such a great message about it. I'm sure he's disappointed. All signs led to the fact that he was really excited to play the role again. And I'm so kind of devastated, right? Christopher Reeve has always been my Superman, but Henry Cavill, I think, just took the role and ran with it, and the world needed a Superman, and he gave us that Superman. And I think there have been some bumps along the way, of course, but I've got hope. I'm holding on to that positivity that hopefully things for DC go well and they can reboot or restart or whatever it is that they're planning on doing, because like I said, Jason Momoa is out, potentially now playing Lobo, which is kind of cool. I can see that. Wonder Woman's out, Gal Gadot's out, so who knows what's coming. Batfleck's obviously out. The Battinson, he's still in there. That's great. Joaquin Phoenix as the Joker is still in there. That's great. But it just feels like this whole DC this universe has been kind of just cursed. They've tried to put so much into it, and I've got, friends who work for Warner Brothers, and I've gotten some insight into what's kind of going on behind the scenes. I'm not going to mention any names. Don't ask. I won't say it. But I've gotten some insight, and it sounds like it's just been a real blankety-blank show behind the scenes, and it's it's just really sad. I hope that they can figure that out. But I don't know. I mean, Henry Cavill, man. I remember seeing The Man of Steel in 2013 in IMAX, and I remember, to be honest, like, there were moments that I didn't love, but the more that I watched this movie, and the more that I heard the music, and the more that I saw Henry Cavill play this role, I was like, I just started to fall in love with it, and it was great. Like, I saw, I think, 3 times Man of Steel in the theaters, and you know, his portrayal of Superman, I think, has been a really honest one. I've not made it a secret that I feel like it could have gone further in terms of humanity, in terms of the character's humanity. But, yeah, and you know, his relationship with Lois and everything, I think that could have been delved into a little bit more, because I didn't really feel the chemistry between them. And it wasn't because of the actors, it was just because the story hadn't really been fleshed out yet. And I don't know that we got the chance to see that, because there was just so much going on. I was a fan of the Snyderverse. Obviously, I love Man of Steel. I love Batman v Superman, the extended cut. You know, the ultimate cut, better than what we got in the theater. It just answered a lot more questions. But you know, it's DC, so no matter how good or bad it is, I love it. Like, I love Superman 3. I love Superman 4. You know, and I had really a lot of excitement about it. So, you know, when the Justice League came out, the Joss Whedon cut, I didn't love it, but I enjoyed it because it was the Justice League. When the Snyder cut came out, you know, I had the opportunity to see that before it came out to the public. I got a chance to see that in IMAX, which was really cool, thanks to HBO Max and Binge. And I loved it. I loved it. I loved the idea of where it was possibly going. But unfortunately, we're not going to get Henry Cavill anymore. And you know, I think it was as bittersweet as it was seeing him in Black Adam, it was nice seeing him one more time in that Superman suit. But yeah, unfortunately, I don't know where they go from here. I don't know what is going to happen now. I'm not sure what happens with the DC universe. Are they going to reboot it completely? Are they going to focus not on these bigger characters? I know I'm pretty sure James Gunn likes to focus on smaller characters. I think there were some rumors that he wanted to do some stuff with Jimmy Olsen, so who knows, you know. But yeah, like, so much stuff has gone on in this cinematic universe. You know, obviously the cinematic Batgirl, the cinematic Supergirl, those have all been cut, so who knows where we go from here. I just don't know, and I guess it's not for me to know. Maybe I got to call my agent and see if she can find out. But yeah, so that's been the big crazy news of the last couple hours. I'm not really a news channel, so I'm not really going to probably talk about it too much more than that. But I did want to come out and put some of my thoughts on paper, as it were. You know, I'm sad to see him go. I enjoyed his portrayal. I like what he did with the character. I know there's a lot of people that don't like what he did with the character because they're so used to a certain way, a certain portrayal. But I think, you know, bringing Superman into the 21st century, this actor, Henry Cavill, I thought he did it justice. No pun intended. So I'm sorry to see him go, but we'll see what comes next with DC and the WB, and hopefully big things are coming. But yeah. In terms of that, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notifications bell, ding, ding. I will probably put out a video about the evolution of the Superman suits and how I feel about them anyway. Probably not going to come out for another week or so, but that's all she wrote for the Henry Cavill Superman franchise, unfortunately. So, look, thanks so much for watching my feedback and some of my thoughts on this. It was kind of like an impromptu video, but I just wanted to, just talk about it a little bit. Anyway, thanks so much for your time, and we will catch you next time. Yeah.